Hello there, the internet. We are back now after Pocono. Not gonna lie, this is probably gonna be a shorter episode. I have got the good old Rona, and I am tired and exhausted, and just all kinds of things. Also, I'm gonna level with you, Chris. I slept through the entirety of the truck race, and I think I was texting you during the Xfinity race. I was zoning in and out. And same thing today at the Cup race. I was kind of like, I fell asleep for portions of the Cup race. Not that they were boring races, just that I've just been knocked on my ass the last couple of days.
Yeah, I think having COVID kind of messes you up a little bit, but hopefully you get
Yeah.
better. I mean, there wasn't too much out of the truck race. I know a couple of things happened, but I don't remember too much. Oh, Bodine made his 800th start, but which kind of ended shortly uh, after he got involved in a big wreck.
Oh, that's right, huh? I do. I vaguely remember that in between my not being conscious.
Um, what else? And then his post race, not his post race, but I guess his post race interview. Um, he said that he's trying to do another race, so he wants to get to like 801. I guess he wasn't too satisfied with 800. I guess the way how it ended, I think he just kind of want to end on a good note. But
Well, I mean, to be fair, he made how many starts this year? Six,
E7, I think.
seven, 6 or 7 starts, and I think he's crashed in half of them. So I wouldn't be too satisfied either.
Yeah, that is true. Um, but overall, pretty good race. Not too bad. Chandler Smith kind of battled between Ryan Priest there at the end for the win. It was kind of close. Not gonna lie. I know Chandler Smith had a good truck, but Ryan Priest was kind of closing in on him uh, during the final laps, but he was able to hold him off and keep the win and kind of start on a good note on the playoffs. It's kind of weird saying that the Truck Series is starting the playoffs in July, but yeah,
Oh yeah, huh?
yeah, but
I
yeah,
forgot about that.
they'll start the playoffs at the Lucas Oil, so they'll actually be at the IRP this time instead of the Brickyard. I don't know if they were at the road course last year, but
Oh fuck, is this their first year going back to IRP?
I think so because I don't remember them going back last year.
I don't remember them being there last year either, so I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah,
For a second, I didn't have my results open, and so for a second, the way you were telling that, I thought Ryan Priest won the race, and I was like, wait, hold on, I could have sworn
Chandler Smith.
Chandler Smith won the race. Yeah, but I could be misremembering because I was fucking half awake when the race was happening. So
um, yeah, excuse me. Yeah, they're going back to IRP.
hey, don't you be coughing now, damn.
Oh no, I just got over mine like a month ago. I'm
That's true.
Gucci.
It's my turn.
Your turn. I feel like everybody's like that hasn't gotten it is now getting it. It's like
Yeah, everybody who missed it the first 2 waves is now getting it in wave 3. So
yeah, they're getting the late DLC.
yeah, I got the not the starter kit. What did I get? I got the I don't know. My brain. I got COVID brain right now. It's not functioning properly.
Yeah, well, it messes you up, but
It really does. But the Xfinity race too. It's like I slept through half the Xfinity race, but what I text this I know I texted you. What woke me up? I'm sitting on my futon, just like dozing off, just kind of like half paying attention to the Xfinity race, and then I just kind of open my eyes a little bit, just kind of half squinting, and then I just see Jeb Burton sailing through the air, and that woke me the fuck up. I was like, "Ayo, what?"
wow, what? Yeah, that was crazy. It was Burton, Ferrucci, and Stenhouse. Stenhouse is like what kind of caused it. Like I think Burton was like trying to get away, but he ran out of room and just launched in the air.
Yeah, it was just a lot of nowhere to go.
Yeah,
Because Ferrucci spun kind of blocked off the track. And at that point, there's also tire smoke everywhere. So if you're behind him, you can't see anything. So you're just kind of going where you think it's clear. And
yeah,
then, Jeb comes through the smoke, and suddenly there's the bright ass yellow barrel, and there's Stenhouse. And so he chose Stenhouse. So,
yeah. It was kind of too late for him to go into pit lane. Yeah,
but
luckily
if he had a. Sorry. If he had veered it left, he would have hit the barrels. And so he chose to just keep going straight. And that's when Stenhouse launched him up over the upside
yeah,
down.
it was either pull a Brendan Jones or just hope for God that you make it through.
He did not.
he did not make it through.
No.
And then there was another story. It was I forgot who it was. It was the driver of the 40. Well, I know
Are you talking about Caruth?
Ruth was yeah, he was. Oh, he was one of them. He was
He
in
was
it.
making his debut yesterday, wasn't he?
I think it's his third Xfinity start.
Oh,
So
okay. I thought it was
his
debut.
first start was at Richmond, and I think the second one was at Dover. But yeah, this is his third start, but it kind of sucked because it ended like 3 laps in.
Yeah, when he took out LeBay.
Yeah, kind
It was a
of.
hard hit for both of them,
Oh
too.
yeah, I think LeBay like got airborne for a sec. Yeah, that's what you're
Yeah.
saying. There's more earlier today about the crash with LeBay.
Yeah, that's actually that comes with my concern that Ryan Newman had when the next gen was unveiled is how they might be a little bit too sturdy of a cart
Yeah, and I think some people were
because
thinking like just because like he was like salty he didn't get it right, but I think all of it's just kind of coming true. Like he actually did mean
well,
something about it.
yeah, because if you look at LeBay's crash and you look at Ryan Blaney's crash today, they were both in essentially the exact same spot on the track, and it didn't look like Blaney was going that much slower than LeBay was when they hit the wall. And you look at the difference. When LeBay hit that wall, you can tell that energy was dissipated because that car was fucking destroyed when it came spinning around. Whereas Ryan Blaney, that car hit the wall and just kind of crumpled the nose a little bit.
Yeah, it was like stiff.
Yeah, and they were essentially the same wreck. You just take out the second car.
Yeah,
Like they hit at the same angle, the same place, and if just guessing off what I remember, I'm pretty sure somebody can actually go and do the science behind it. I'm not gonna do the science, but just based on what my eye socket saw, it was same angle of impact, same place on the track, and roughly the same speed. I mean, give or take a couple miles an hour, but roughly it looked about the same crash.
yeah,
But the difference in the way the cars held up is incredible to me.
yeah. I definitely feel like the Xfinity cars are a lot more safer compared to the Cup Series right now. I mean, not that like the Cup Series is like lethal. I mean, like as far as like crashing, but as far as like the drivers like taking the impact, they're pretty much absorbing all the energy instead of the car absorbing the energy, and it's kind of scary because I mean, we'll kind of talk more about it later, but the whole Kurt Busch thing. But I wanted to kind of bring up something else. It was kind of like a small video that NBC kind of brought up. It was with Sage Karam. It was actually his first time back at Pocono since he ran the IndyCar series, I think, in 2015 when he was involved in that
they
wreck
crashed
with,
that
I think it was
with Justin Wilson.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting to kind of like see what he went through, as far as like the aftermath of the wreck. I mean, like he didn't mean to cause it. It wasn't his control, but I think it's just to get.
Well, I mean, that's just one of those wrecks where what are the fucking chances of that? Because it's like, it was a completely separate accident. It was if I'm remembering correctly, because I wasn't awake during the video that NBC played, but I was watching that race when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the IndyCar race that year. And I vaguely remember the crash. It's one of those things where it's like, you don't expect the nose cone to just hit you in the head.
Yeah.
Because if I'm remembering correctly, it was the nose cone that came down and hit him in the helmet.
Yeah, I believe
and
so.
like
Yeah.
those, in the nose cones, they're part of what give those cars downforce and their stuff. And so it's like, the nose cone's made out of a different material than the rest of the car is. It's like pure steel. That shit's heavy as fuck. And so to have that come flying down on your head, that's a 1 in a million chance that it's gonna happen. And so like, it wasn't his fault. It's just one of those things where it's like, that's just a 1 in a million chance it'll happen, and unfortunately it happened.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but it's just like, it's crazy because like he was like showing like some of the tweets that was like sent to him after the race, like saying that you're a murderer and stuff like that, and it's like, that's got to be tough.
Who the fuck called him a murderer?
It's crazy.
He doesn't
like some
know
people,
that's completely out of his control.
Exactly.
He can't control where where the debris goes.
And it's like, I think it's just like one of those things where people were just like, they didn't know like what happened, so they're just automatically assuming things.
Well, people are great at that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just crazy, like kind of like what he had to overcome as far as like the whole situation is just incredible because like that's got to be tough. I mean, just to kind of, I mean, I couldn't imagine what he went through, but to kind of go back to that same track. I mean, not the same series, but I mean, just still to go back to that same track and trying to overcome those things and try to focus and run a good finish. And he still finished like top 20, which is pretty impressive. So
Yeah, he ran pretty well, but God, the amount of hellacious accidents that have happened at Pocono from the IndyCar series, I don't think. I think IndyCar themselves already said they'd never go back because like there was a stretch of it was how many years in a row where they had just a horrendous accident after horrendous accident. It was like 5 years in a row where they had just horrendous accidents every year.
And it's like the Robert Wickens one. The dude's like paralyzed now.
Yeah, I think that was no, Robert Wickens wasn't the final straw. It was the I don't remember what the last IndyCar Pocono race was, but I think they had 2 flips in the same corner. I think they tried, if I'm remembering correctly, I think somebody, I don't remember what it was. I think it was going down to the tunnel turn.
It was in
they tried going 4 wide, they made contact, and they had like 2 cars go flipping upside down.
2009.
No, I'm thinking,
no,
this was
2019,
recent.
Sorry, 2019.
2019, yeah.
Missing a digit.
Yeah. Was that the last IndyCar Pocono race?
Yeah, it says the last one was the ABC Supply 500.
Yeah. Yeah, because they had the Justin Wilson accident in 2015. I think they had, who was it? They had some other. God, what's his name? I can see the car. I think it was a qualifying crash for somebody. I don't remember whomst.
It was the same.
But there was a qualifying accident.
Was it Justin Wilson? Not Justin Wilson.
Was it Charlie Kimball? Was that who had that qualifying crash? I think like a couple years earlier where he flew up into the catch fencing.
I think Charlie Kimball.
I think that's who it was, but it's like, I think as far as I'm aware, I think Justin Wilson was the last fatality at Pocono, but they just had horrendous accidents after that.
Yeah, and I remember there was like a lap 1 crash, and it involved like a bunch of drivers. It took out like at least 5 cars.
Yeah.
But it's just, yeah, it's there's certain tracks that aren't meant for IndyCar.
I mean, Pocono was a good track for IndyCar for a little bit, but I don't know what changed. Maybe the cars just got a little bit fat. It might have been the newer cars because I think wasn't it around that time IndyCar got new cars and they changed the designs?
I think they were still running the same body, like they didn't have the visor, but they had like.
Well, I know they didn't have the visor.
Oh,
they didn't start having these horrendous accidents until.
Yeah,
2013, 2014, that's when they started running the new car, isn't it?
Yeah, I think 2013, 2014 is when they ran the new cars.
Yeah, and that's when they started having those hellacious accidents at Pocono, so I think it was the newer car.
Yeah.
I think it's the same reason they stopped going to the Auto Club.
Yeah. Oh my god, I remember that. That was terrible.
Which, God, the final IndyCar race at the Auto Club was fucking phenomenal, but...
It was, but
the last live crash was insane.
It was like you can tell that the broadcaster was just like, "Oh my god, like this is gonna end horrendously."
And then it did. Well, no one was hurt, thank God. But it's like it's the 2015 Auto Club race is one of those things where it's like, as a race fan, you're looking at this and you're going like, "Oh my god, this is incredible." But as a team owner, as a driver, as a somebody up in the commentary booth, you're shitting your pants the entire time because of what's happening on the track.
Yeah. Like I remember like watching it, and I remember the broadcasters were just like, "Oh god!" Like every time they would get like 4 wide or like 5 wide.
It was terrifying to watch, but it's one of those things where, like I said, as a race fan, fucking phenomenal. But you can tell why everybody else hated it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, but as far as the Xfinity race, it was a pretty good race. It was a good battle between Gregson and Ty Gibbs there at the end. I thought Ty Gibbs was just going to get away with it, honestly. Cause,
I was awake for that part of the race.
Yeah.
I was conscious for that.
Yeah, that was a good ending. I thought Gibbs was gonna pass him easily, but Gregson held the top lane just perfectly. Um, he was able to have a good drive off the corners and just kind of drive away. I feel like he had a lot of good like straightaway speed, which kind of helped out a lot. But overall, that was a good race.
I will say props to both of them for racing cleanly too.
Exactly, especially when both
Like,
of them are both known for like kind of having a bad temper.
no, I was gonna say I was getting ready for somebody to wreck the other one, and then we were gonna have a restart. It was gonna be a mess, but it's like they raced each other cleanly. That's what I don't think some of these. That's what I think we need to figure out is like you can have hard racing and keep it clean. I think that's the best racing we've seen.
Oh yeah,
Like some of the best racing I've ever seen is when two drivers are going at it hard but racing each other clean because it's like you're giving each other enough space, you're leading on each other a little bit. Obviously, there's going to be contact. You're going to be leading on each other, but you're not taking each other out. And it really comes down to who's going to get the better drive off, who's going to get the better entry, who can really outwit the other one. That is some of the best racing I've ever seen. I don't like watching these races and seeing everyone just take each other out. It's like, buddy, that's not racing. You want to take somebody out, just go enter in a demolition derby somewhere.
like
So,
truck series.
that's what I mean. It's I still love the truck series. It's still my favorite series to watch.
It is.
Holy shit, have they gone down the shithole over the last couple of years?
Yeah, it's just
That and the ARCA series. It's like remember when the ARCA series was competitive and a big deal to watch?
yeah. Now it's just a wreck fest. You can just wreck somebody and
It
just
really
win.
is. Because that's what I mean. It's just like this isn't racing anymore. This is just ludicrous.
Yeah, it's gotten out of hand. Yeah, I don't know. Like the ARCA series has just always been like that since like I would say the past 2 years. Truck
I mean,
series.
here's the thing: the ARCA series has been known for hellacious accidents since the dawn of time, but like peak ARCA series in like the mid 2000s, you still had the drivers that raced each other with respect and stuff. Now it's just I don't keep up with ARCA anymore because it's like there's like 5 competitive cars, nothing happens, or they wreck the entire race, and it's just like, bruh.
Venturini Motorsports pretty much dominates.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to not dominate when fucking 10 cars show up and only 3 of them are competitive.
They're all running like old gen cars from like 2008. Not even
Yeah.
2008. I would say like maybe 2004. But yeah, that was a
Maybe
good
that's
race.
just me bitching just to bitch, but still.
No, I mean to be honest though, like the ARCA series has just always been like that. It hasn't been as competitive as it used to be. I mean, before when it came to like Daytona, you would have like a shitload of people that would show up just to kind of make the race for the ARCA race. Now
this
it's
year's
like
Daytona race was actually pretty good.
yeah, but like I would say like last year, it was pretty bad. It was I don't know. It to me it was kind of a snooze fest. I mean, before I used to love watching the ARCA series, especially when it came to
Right,
like
you and me
Talladega
both.
and Daytona. Like those were my favorites. Even like the mile and a half tracks, like when they went to like Kansas or
Oh my
Charlotte.
god, yeah.
I used to
No, like
love
for real,
those.
like go watch like a Talladega race or a Kansas race from like 2010 for the ARCA series, and then go back and watch them from like last year, and there is a painfully obvious difference in like
The field.
the change of how ARCA has fallen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it hasn't been like what it used to be. It's crazy.
And I think that just comes down to like it's a lot of what all these older drivers are complaining about. It's just like it's a lack of respect out there. It's just like, yeah, you can move somebody, but that's not always the answer. And I feel like the end of the Xfinity race yesterday is a perfect example of that, where it's like that was some of the best racing I've ever seen, and it's because they gave each other room. They showed each other respect, and it really came down to who had the better car. And at the end of the day, it turns out Noah Gragson had the better car. Nobody dumped each other. Nobody ran each other into the wall. It was very much who can outrun the other one.
Holy shit! Breaking news:
What's holy shit? Breaking news.
Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin are both DQ'd.
Wait,
What the?
that's happening
fuck?
as we're recording this? Wait, who won the race then?
Chase Elliott.
You're fucking kidding me, right? You're
What the
having a laugh
fuck?
right now. Are you serious?
No, this is from Bob Procris. It says Hamlin and Kyle Busch cars have been DQ'd.
And you're telling me this isn't little boy wonder here in the 9 car? I'm gonna fucking shit a brick here. I'm having the worst time right now.
I'm literally
What the
gonna
fuck
fucking
just happened?
another goddamn Chase Elliott win. I can't take it.
You're kidding
I
me,
can't
right?
take it, man. I seriously can't.
You're kidding. Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch cars disqualified from today. I'm gonna. I just. Yo,
God
Chris,
damn
you
it.
still on the line? You got real quiet. Okay, I wasn't sure if I lost you or not.
Oh, I'm just in disbelief. How the fuck do you?
Fucking
How the
kidding
fuck did
me.
2 cars fail inspection? How?
Because Chase Elliott was third and Chase Elliott won. So they were like, oh my god, what if we just DQ'd the top 2 to give Elliott the win?
God, I
Watch.
fucking hate
If
this
Chase Elliott
shit.
had finished 4th. Hold on. Who finished 4th in today's race?
Imagine
Larson?
if they checked his car too and he failed, which probably won't happen. They're
Oh
like,
no, it's Chase Elliott. He can never fail.
They're like, nothing
What
to
do you
see
mean?
here, fellas. We're good.
It's just a disgustingly illegal car. It's the fucking Jeff Gordon T-Rex car from the 98 All-Star
The
race.
one
And
that
they're
they've
like, you
been
know what?
forever.
We're just gonna put this one over here, but we're gonna DQ everyone else. Oh, they updated the results on NASCAR.com. Go to NASCAR.com. They updated the results
Let me see.
already.
Let me refresh this booker.
Oh, I refreshed and it went back. What the fuck? I'm so confused right now. Yeah, no, there it is. Chase Elliott. Okay, so Reddick is second.
On mine, it still still has the same format. What the hell?
Oh, mine's coming up saying Elliott's the winner.
Oh, mine says
Fuck.
unofficial. What if I do schedule?
Yep, Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch, 35th and 36th.
Wow.
You're fucking kidding me. I love that
Oh,
this
now they
happened
did
while
it.
we were recording. I heard the ding over the phone. You were like, oh, breaking news. I was like, oh, breaking news. Was not ready for that.
What the
I hate it here.
fuck?
This is bullshit. I fucking hell.
God damn it, man. That fucking kills my mode, man. God. A fucking Chase Elliott win. Fucking.
Another one.
God. That really pisses me off.
This is... I'm just sitting here with this goofy-ass smile on my face because I'm just like, bruh.
Like, am I dreaming? Like, this has to be some sort
Like,
of joke. Who's pranking?
This is a fever dream right now. I'm having a COVID fever dream. This isn't real.
Everybody's... They're not showing why, but it just says Chase wins.
Yeah, they're supposed to provide an explanation as to
It just
why the
says
car
they're
was
DQ'd.
DQ'd. Is there no explanation anywhere?
It's like, get her DQ'd. I'm like, well, okay, what are they DQ'd for? They're like, nah, they're just DQ'd.
Because Chase Elliott was third.
Exactly.
Like, why were they DQ'd? Chase Elliott's the winner after the DQ, but why?
But why? Chase Elliott winner.
Christ alive. I'm waiting for the... How did this happen? What about the other Gibbs cars? There's no way 2 of them were illegal and the other 2 were fine, right?
I think the way that it's weird how they do the inspection, but they only do like the top 3, I think.
Don't all cars roll through post-race inspection?
I
I think, no, all the cars have to go through post-race inspection. I think they only do teardowns on the top 3.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So, yeah, every car has to go through post-race, but only the top 3 go through
Something doesn't
teardowns.
add up here. I assume everyone...
No, that's what I'm saying. How did
Huh?
2 of the Gibbs cars illegal, but the other 2 aren't? Because don't they all have similar setups?
They should have the same.
I was going to say they should have the same setup. And so if Busch and Hamlin are illegal, how the fuck did Truex and Bell get away with it? Is it because they didn't run as well? It's because they weren't in front of Chase Elliott. Watch.
Fucking hate this sport sometimes.
What is this? Oh my god! Fucking kidding. Dude, Denny Hamlin is somewhere having an aneurysm.
Denny's probably on his airplane. He's like, man, I can't wait to go home and celebrate.
Yeah. Whoops.
Fuck you, Elliott. God, I hate that guy.
Holy shit, this is incredible.
News: the number 11 and 18 cars have been disqualified following post-race inspection. Yet we can't provide reasons why.
The jokes just write themselves. I can't. There's no fucking way. How? How the fuck did this happen? There's no way. This is like, how did you... I can't believe this. I'm having my brain... I can't... I can't wrap my head around this right now.
I'm bamboozled. I really don't know what to say.
Me too. It's just fucking hell. Alright, well, anyway, now that we're talking about Cup news...
well, I was going to say congrats to Danny, but fuck, forget that.
Never mind. Yeah, I was just... Whoops.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I can't believe that. I really can't.
This is wild. I love that this happened while we were recording. What are the chances? Could you imagine if we recorded this episode and then the breaking news came out?
Like, hang on. Delete.
Yeah, now we gotta make another episode. I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck happened. Bob, what happened?
Bob,
give me
an explanation.
NASCAR hasn't given us a reason yet for the Hamlin and Busch DQs.
Oh my god.
I hate it here. They really can't. They don't. They're thinking of a reason right now. They're trying to figure out why they're disqualified.
Like, fuck, what should we say, guys?
They're throwing darts at their bingo board right now. They're like, okay, hold on.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. I this really pisses me off because there's nothing saying what they got DQ'd for. There's nothing.
Oh, really? Because usually, don't they always release the statement with the DQ announcement?
Yeah.
Haven't they done that since the dawn of time? They've been like, hey, this person's disqualified because the rear end was too high or whatever. So it's like
they always do that for no matter what it is. It's like, oh, this person's been DQ'd. Car's too low or car's too high.
Yeah, because didn't they do that for the? I think I don't remember what series it was, but I think it was last week. And they DQ'd 2 cars because of lug nuts or something like that. But they gave the reason immediately. They were like, "Hey, this guy's disqualified because of post-race lug nut issues or whatever the fuck it was."
Yeah, there was something like with lug nuts, but they were quick on that.
Yeah, it was always like, "Hey, this team disqualified for not having all the lug nuts on the car secured." And I'm like, "Cool, great, now we know." And it's always been, "Hey, this team's disqualified for ride height issues or alignment problems or whatever the fuck the reason is." I think this is the first time there's been a double DQ with no reason.
I know. You would think they would have a good explanation. Like,
it's a double DQ. With there's no reason.
How do you have a double DQ and you don't know what they've been DQ'd for? Nobody's saying anything.
It just so happens that they're the top 2. I can't find anything. No one's saying anything.
Nobody's saying anything. There's nothing. They're just saying they're DQ'd.
I said this was going to be a short episode, but like this is way too juicy to stop recording. I want to keep going until we can figure out what the fuck's happening.
Yeah, look it. Bob says NASCAR hasn't given us a reason yet for Hamlin and Kyle Busch DQs.
Yeah.
Waiting to be briefed. Oh my god.
I hate it here. What the fuck is going on? This is amazing. What the fuck are we waiting for?
What a Mickey win for
Yeah.
That's true.
I need to stop talking. I'm destroying my throat. Okay. I think I have my water next to me. This is insane. I just keep refreshing Twitter to figure out what the hell is going on. I don't think... Yeah, everyone on Twitter being like, I don't know what's happening. Nobody knows what's happening. Everyone's just as equally as confused as we are. They're all saying, like, this has never happened before. We've never had to wait on a DQ announcement.
Seriously. Like, I never had to wait
this long. This is sus. This is really sus.
Top 2 DQing happened a week too late. That's for damn sure.
Are they ringing the siren? I still can't find anything.
Oh my god, I'm in disbelief.
Did you see Justin's reply to NASCAR?
Justin?
With the fucking the SpongeBob gif. Hold on, I'm retweeting it so you can go find it.
Well, look at this retweet I made.
Okay. Yeah, no, we're staying live on the air until we can figure out what the fuck's happening. Zach tweet.
I see it. Like, the SpongeBob with cash.
Chase Elliott led 0 laps today in his victory at Pocono.
Oh man.
I can't find anything. No one has said anything yet. There's no reason. It's like, how long has this when was this announcement made at this point?
This was made.
It
like
had to have
20
been at
minutes
least.
ago.
Yeah. How have 20 minutes gone by and there's no reason?
Actually, it might have been longer.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, 17 minutes ago.
Yeah, so almost 20 minutes ago is that when NASCAR dropped the thing?
No, I'm looking at Bob's.
Oh, you're looking at Bob. Okay.
They posted
NASCAR
it.
posted it 9 minutes ago.
Yeah, but Bob was on
It's their
that
pinned tweet.
like 20 minutes ago.
Damn. So Bob knew. Bob was there.
Bob
was in. Bob was the tech man.
Bob's the tech specialist. He's like, what if I
He was in the vents when they made the announcement.
He had his tweet ready.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. Bob was up in the vents when they were making the announcement.
How about Ty Gibbs? It is Cup Series.
Oh yeah, let's continue talking while we wait for NASCAR to figure out the fake reason that they're gonna disqualify the top. So yeah, Ty Gibbs. I'm gonna eat my hat now because remember last week when I said Ty Gibbs wasn't ready for Cup?
Somebody said retech it again.
What?
They said retech it again.
Retech it again.
Please.
Fucking hell. Anyway, so remember last week when I said Ty Gibbs wasn't ready for Cup yet?
Yeah.
The man parked it in 18th after having literally never even sat in a NextGen car before.
I know, and that's crazy. Like, the dude has some serious talent.
He really does.
For a 19-year-old kid.
So at this point in time, I feel like it wouldn't be unrealistic for them to tap Ty Gibbs to run the 18 if Kyle Busch doesn't come back next year.
I actually saw something on NASCAR. I don't think I retweeted it, but it was a small video from NASCAR, and I think they were trying to get some tea out of this. But it was a small video of Kyle after the race, and then Joe Gibbs was like going up to him to congratulate him, and then it was just kind of awkward.
You sent me that.
Yeah, it was kind of awkward because like Joe just like patted him on the elbow, and then just told him good job, and then Kyle just kind of like brushed it off. It was just kind of like, yeah, whatever. So
Jesus.
I don't know. I think Kyle's gonna be out.
Yeah, he might. Where do you think he goes? Because this is what I told you earlier, but the audience doesn't know this. The audience isn't gonna find out now. Kyle Busch, he has an Xfinity championship and he has 2 Cup championships. What he doesn't have is a truck championship, and so I'm thinking, maybe for shits and giggles, just go run for a truck championship, then come back and take over the 8 when the 8 opens up. Like, why not?
Yeah. I feel like my thing is that I feel like he'll go to Stewart-Haas because I mean the thing is that he still wants to go for that Daytona 500 because I know he still doesn't have one. So I know that's one thing that's on his mind is just getting that win. And then the one thing too is that I feel like he has some sponsorship backup. And I feel like with Stewart-Haas, they can use that Haas sponsorship to kind of back him up. Because, I mean, that dude has, like, a ton of money. Like, I feel like he has enough money to kind of help pay for what Kyle wants. And then, not only that, Kyle's, like, the perfect driver that kind of help revamp that team. Cause,
I was going to say, Stewart-Haas has been really struggling over the last couple of years.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel like Kyle would be a perfect fit for Stewart-Haas because I mean with Harvick, kind of on his way out. They have Chase Briscoe, which is a pretty decent driver. Um, and then you got Eric Almirola leaving. And then you got Cole Custer, which is kind of like, I hate to say it, but he's just a mid-pack driver.
He doesn't exist.
Yeah. He's never up there. And then when he is, he's up there for a little bit. And then he just kind of disappears again. So, I mean, I feel like Kyle's a perfect driver for that team to kind of help bring that team back up into winning contention. Which I'm not saying that they aren't, because, like I said, Chase Briscoe, he's kind of been...
I mean, they have good runs every once in a while.
Yeah.
But Chase Briscoe... Well, actually, Kevin Harvick's been coming around recently, but in terms of, like, this season as a whole, Chase Briscoe has been carrying that team.
Yeah. Like, Briscoe is, like, probably the main guy to kind of go for the championship this year. Harvick, I would say maybe. It just depends on if he can just get that win. Because I feel like he's just been struggling. But I definitely think that Kyle's probably going to go to the 18, or not the 18, the 10 next year.
Okay.
Which might be...
I guess that is floating around a lot.
Which might be another thing, too, because if you think about it, that's a good... like, Toyota's losing, like, their development drivers there, too, because if Kyle leaves Joe Gibbs, he's going to stick with whatever manufacturer he's going to. So if he goes to Stewart Haas and then they stay to Ford, he's going to go to Ford. So
that's true. Well, I mean, I guess they might then turn to ThorSport.
They do have ThorSport, but I mean, ThorSport doesn't really have a lot of... I don't know. They haven't been known to be used as like a development driver, because they had Matt Crafton, Ben Rhodes. I mean, they do have Christian Eckes and Ty Majeski, but KBM's
that's what I'm saying.
kind of been like that development team just for Toyota.
Yeah, but I guess no, unless they could figure something out, they would have to go to ThorSport even for like short term, because if Kyle goes to Stewart Haas, obviously KBM's going to switch to Fords.
Yeah.
Because of that manufacturer alliance. And so Toyota already doesn't have a ton of teams. And so they're losing all their development drivers. They'd have to go to ThorSport or make an alliance with a different team.
Which is, I think, why they don't want to let him go, because that's like their...
Oh yeah, no, didn't the president of Toyota Racing already come out and say that they cannot afford to lose Kyle Busch? And I think it's because of the truck program.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what I think. I think he's going to go to the Stewart Haas, and they're going to do maybe like a 2-year deal. But yeah, I mean, I would say eventually he'll probably, like, once he's done with like Cup, he would go to trucks and go for that championship. Because I mean, like you said, why not? Like, you already have 2 Cup championships. You have like Xfinity championship. Why not just finish it off?
Yeah, because then you can keep the Toyota development program. It's just like, and it's a good way to see where those young drivers are stacking up. Because if Kyle Busch is running the full season, you know they're going to have their hands full. So.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that's just the way I see it. I mean, Stewart Haas could be an opportunity. RCR could be also another opportunity. But I would say maybe those are the only 2 teams I would think he would go to, as far as just being competitive.
Cause I don't think anybody else is open, aren't they?
I don't think he's going to go to... I mean, they have Trackhouse, but I don't know if they're going to open up to another team, a third-car team. Not anytime soon. And then
No, I
there's...
don't think so. I think the only other team that's open, it would be the 42 would be open.
Yeah.
But I don't think he wants to go to GMS.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they're not that competitive.
No.
But you also have... who else? Unless he wants to go to, like, Trackhouse. But I don't think they're going to get rid of any of their drivers anytime soon.
I was going to say, did Trackhouse, are they expanding to a 3-car team or no?
I know they have a program going on with a third car. they're gonna have somebody in like the 91. I think Kimi Räikkönen is gonna be in at Watkins Glen, but
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about that. Okay.
yeah.
I was like, wait, did I miss something? Turns out I did.
But I don't know if they're gonna eventually be like if they're gonna eventually go to a third car team next year. Um, that's just something to kind of think about because I mean, if they do, that could be another opportunity. It just depends on how everything kind of sorts out with sponsorship for Kyle.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because he's an expensive boy too, so there's that as well.
Yeah, I mean, rightfully so because like I mean, if you think about it, he's the only multi-championship driver he has. He's like one of the biggest NASCAR stars, so it's gonna be kind of pricey to kind of pay for a guy like that.
Yeah. Actually, before we stray too far from this, because we kind of teased it earlier about the cars. Because this also ties back into Ty Gibbs being in the car.
Yeah.
Kurt Busch got a concussion, so there's that too.
You got, honestly, like
Because they decided to build the NextGen out of bricks. I didn't either until I woke up this morning. I think you had texted me. I woke up at like 11 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, it was kind of a.
And
It was kind of a shocker this morning. I wasn't really expecting that. I thought Kurt was good to go, and then when I saw that, I'm like, oh shit. Because I had a hint earlier because Bob was saying like because he usually does like his tweet up in the morning. He was saying he's like sorry guys won't make it to the tweet up, and then Denny was like something come up Bob, and I was like what the hell's going on? Are they doing like some sort of announcement for 2311?
yeah, they did. Not the announcement you wanted though.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So then that's when they announced Ty Gibbs was going to drive the 45 because Kurt wasn't clear.
Because this is what happens when you build the next gen car out of bricks. Oof.
Yeah. They're literally like brick cars.
Yeah, because that's what I mentioned earlier with the Blaney crash versus the Alex LeBay crash. Essentially the exact same crash, but one car held up and the other one broke apart. So.
Yeah, but I mean, the impacts that these cars are taking is just kind of scary because, I mean, we've seen it before in the past with this whole season kind of going on. Even at the Clash too, like when Justin Haley hit the barriers, it was a pretty brutal hit. I mean, for a track that where it's pretty slow.
It also destroyed the car too.
Yeah,
there's a lot more damage on that car than I thought.
Yeah, and I remember when
I think to this day that's still the worst damaged next gen car I think I've seen. Like every crash we've seen this year, the cars haven't even looked that bad.
Yeah, and I think I have a picture of it too. And I remember Almirola when he hit during the what do you call it, the Clash opening. He like backed into the wall and he says like, "Damn, that was a pretty hard hit, even for like this kind of a slow of a pace. Like the track's not even that big." So you kind of saw it like even before the season started. So even like with the Daytona 500,
Ryan Newman also said, "Ayo."
Yeah, even Newman said like, "Hey, this ain't it, Chief." Yeah, I mean we were kind of skeptical. I can't even say the word. Skeptical. I can't even say the fucking word.
You're fine.
Oh no. We're pretty high. You know what? We're pretty sus about the whole car. As far as it being safe. I mean, there was rumors like way back then when they did the dummy test, and people were saying that the dummy was considered a fatal crash.
The dummy was killed.
Yeah, the dummy was killed. So I mean, we can kind of see it, but
I just don't like how well they hold up because the whole point of dissipating energy is to have parts come off. Like, obviously, the driver cage is supposed to stay intact because that's what protects the driver, but everything else needs to break away.
Yeah.
And we just haven't really been seeing that so far with this car. It crunches, but it doesn't really do much more than crunch.
It just kind of absorbs the impact, which is not what it's supposed to do. I mean, it's supposed to just kind of like, take the whole car is supposed to take the energy and just kind of,
Yeah, and I think that's why we haven't really seen many injuries in the Xfinity series, is because those cars come flying apart. Because what's happening is, those cars hit the wall, the bumper comes flying off, part of the debris comes out. That energy is going with the bumpers and debris and stuff like it's supposed to. Whereas with the next-gen car, it hits the wall and it just crunches. A crunch doesn't do anything, because it's just sending the shockwave through the car still.
yeah.
You need those breakaway parts for the energy to actually dissipate. When there's no breakaway parts and it just crunches, it doesn't do much.
It just eats. Yeah, that's the whole thing. 'Cause, like, the cars are just kind of just crunching up, and that's it. Like, when they hit the wall, it just kind of hits and then just kind of stays there. Like, usually with an Xfinity car,
like,
it's just when it hits a wall, it'll either just kind of get airborne for a little bit, or it'll kind of just like whip the car around. With these, it's just like it's stiff. It's just like bonk. That's it.
yeah, it's too stiff is the other issue that we're having. It's like, yeah, like even with the Xfinity cars, as nauseating as it is to probably sit in one of those race cars and spin 8 million times at 130 miles an hour, that's still energy being dissipated, and it's gonna hurt a lot less than hitting the wall and just kind of stopping, spinning maybe once or twice, because all that energy is still coming to you.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. They need to work on this thing. 'Cause I mean, I get it why they want to have the car, take a beating, but at the same time, it's like it's affecting the drivers. Because I mean, you're seeing it today.
It's good for on-track racing in terms of being able to lean on each other and bump each other around, but when we have crashes, that's when we can have issues like we had yesterday with Kurt Busch, where it's like the hit itself, it was still a hard hit. Like, I'm not gonna.
It was a pretty hard hit.
Like the hit, it was a good hit.
Because like even like when drivers hit like the back end of their cars, like usually it's still intact, but when he hit it, he crunched up the whole backside.
Yeah, and usually what I'm learning is that the more damage a next-gen car has, the harder the hit was.
Yeah.
So
when you see like a car crunched up, you're just like, oh shit, that was a pretty hard hit.
yeah, and like even looking at the replay, you can tell it was a big ass hit. So it's like, I'm not gonna take away from the fact that it was a hard hit, but the fact that a day later he was showing pretty bad concussion signs for a pretty much run-of-the-mill accident,
Yeah.
is mildly concerning.
I mean, I would say if you were to say the same wreck last year with the old gen car, he would have been fine. But I feel like,
And that car would have been destroyed too. So.
I mean, regardless, he was gonna have to go to a backup anyways, because like,
I mean, yeah, but like
that car would have
I'm
been.
pretty sure we've had accidents. Like look at Jimmy Johnson's 2017 Pocono crash. The man was pretty okay, but the car was fucking destroyed. He went sailing down into that corner.
Now imagine that with the next gen car.
Oh my god.
It's scary to think that, because like, what if it happens? Because like, I mean, I don't know. I would say it won't happen, but you never know.
Was it? No, I'm thinking of Bubba Wallace. That's what I was. Didn't Jimmy Johnson do the same thing?
Yeah.
It was a blue car.
Jimmy Johnson did it, and then Bubba Wallace.
I know it was Pocono. So they both did the same thing. Cool,
Yeah.
but you get the point. I have COVID brain, so I'm misremembering things mildly, but I remember for the most part. So it's like, but you get the gist. It's like Pocono's had incredible hits before, but I feel like the fact that we've had a run-of-the-mill Pocono crash that was still a pretty hard hit, but the fact that he was concussed and we've had worse accidents there with the old gen car and the drivers be fine is mildly concerning. So
Yeah, it is concerning. It's definitely needs to be worked on, but yeah, it's been a
which hopefully they can figure that out soon. Anyway, have you seen anything? I think I found what the DQ was for.
Yeah. It says something with the front fascia.
Yeah, the material somewhere should not have been. What does that mean? Hold on.
It said there was a
I'm
material
not familiar
found
with the
where it
rule
shouldn't
book
have. That's like the.
on the front fascia.
It is an appealable penalty, so it didn't dig too far into specifics.
Okay. I'm not too familiar with the new rule book,
No, not either.
and so I'm gonna need to know what the fuck this means.
There was a video, I guess a press conference from Brad Morin. He was kind of explaining what the penalties were.
Oh, those a video?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's a mess.
Fucking NASCAR Twitter is in shambles currently.
Basically, the interview is just him saying that we like Chase Elliott.
They're like, so there were a lot of boos in the crowd today after Hamlin won, so we decided to take initiative and DQ the number 11 and 18 Toyotas for Joe Gibbs Racing. That way, Chase Elliott could be credited a win, and everyone could be happy.
It's a happy world, but yet, did he know that there are pissed off fans everywhere?
Bitch Christ. This is wild. Alright, I will watch that video after we're recording, because I don't want the audio to leak, so...
Yeah. But isn't this the same guy that had that whole issue with Ryan Blaney at the All-Star race? Brian Moore.
I don't know.
He looks familiar.
Maybe?
It might be.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Can't answer
Honestly,
that
like, the thing, too, is that there's just been so many fucking bad calls this year.
This year?
I mean, and last year, too.
Last couple of years.
Yeah.
Enter the
You remember the
Charlotte Trucker Race?
Charlotte Roval?
Well, those the Charlotte Roval.
When,
I'm thinking
Elliott was hanging the Napa banner around.
fucking this year's truck race at the end of the... Where we had a wrecked truck at the bottom of the
Oh, in the Vegas race? Yeah.
track. Yeah.
And then the All-Star race when Blaney had, like, his freaking, his window net hanging off by a thread.
Just let him come fix it. It would have taken them 2 seconds to be like, alright, it's an exhibition race. Just come fix your window net. We'll give you your spot back.
They're like, nah. Survival of the fittest.
You know, for real. The man had to win the race twice.
Oh, my God. It's just so... It's just, I don't know. It's just so many bad calls. And, like, just hearing the press conference in the end of the race is just like... There was like no excuse.
See, I know your audio will leak. Did you play the video? Because I know your audio leaks because you're using OBS.
The press conference?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay, because you're using OBS to record, not Audacity, so I know that your stuff will leak. So
I think at the 12-minute mark there was something that I might have accidentally pressed. But
oh, okay.
um,
Because I also got to check your audio at the 33-minute mark for the dog blowing out your audio.
yeah, freaking blowing my eardrums out.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got to figure out what's going on with your microphone because I don't know
I
why your audio always sounds so
I
weird.
think I need a new one. This one's kind of cheap.
Okay. You know what? I think I can handle that. I will take care of the microphone issue.
I will throw this one in the trash and go back on Amazon.
Okay. Let me see if I can figure it out first because I think I know someone who's trying to get rid of their microphone.
Ooh.
So
Perfect.
I will revisit that soon.
Yes.
Anyway, we've been going for almost an hour now after I said it was going to be a short episode.
Well, after our breaking news, I kind of diverted.
That's true. But I'm dying, and so I'm going to close this one out.
All right. So that's the end of that. Any closing thoughts?
Other than the fact that the Xfinity race fucking boggled my mind, I was not ready for a non-super speedway flip.
Yeah, especially at Pocono.
And whatever the fuck this DQ was, that doesn't... I'm going to have to figure out what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know what this
I
means.
don't know.
But, where are we next? Oh, Indianapolis is next
The
week.
road
Okay.
course. We got the Indycar weekend too. So there'll be IndyCar and
That's right, the doubleheader.
Xfinity and NASCAR Cup. So hopefully the curb doesn't come
Hell
off this
yeah.
time.
Oh my god, I freaking forgot about the curb. Okay.
The curb! The curb! Everybody's spinning!
The fucking curb was a menace. Okay.
Oh my god.
You know what? I got a couple days where I'm just gonna be laying here doing nothing. I'll do some homework. I'll watch last year. Was it last year? I'll watch. They started. When did they start running the Indy Road Course? 2020.
Last year.
Last year was the first
Yeah.
year they did it, right? Yeah. Okay. I'll go back and I'll watch last year's Indy Road Course stuff
Okay.
because I'm gonna have a lot of free time the next couple days in between my suffering and dying. So.
Well, hopefully you recover soon. But, yeah. So, I mean, that's all I got
Right.
as far as Pocono. So,
All right. Me too. So I guess with that, we're gonna close this one out. Oh, Chris, if you hadn't noticed, I actually used our Twitter account for the first time in 6 years.
ah!
I did it. You know what? Also, audience, if you're watching this, I apologize. We're gonna try to get better about using our Twitter account. We made it, and then it just kind of existed. So we're gonna see about being active on there too. But I tweeted there for today. Whenever this video uploads, I'm gonna actually post the link. Like I should have been doing for the last several months, but haven't been doing.
Yeah, we've been kind of slacking.
Yeah. So also, yeah, if you've made it this far into the video, first of all, thank you. This is a long ass fucking video. And second of all, if you want to follow us on Twitter, it's literally just at Donahue_Vargas, and you should be able to find us. The logo's exactly the same. Shouldn't be too hard to miss. So we'll see you guys later after next week after Indianapolis.
Yep. All right. See you guys.